Hello and welcome to Omnitracs training. Today we'll be discussing updating email alerts in HOS. HOS stands for Hours of Service. This is the first revision of this file. So what we're going to cover is logging into Omnitracs. You will visit the URL or the login URL, which is https://login.omnitracs.com/login.jsp. Once you log in, you will navigate over to HOS, and then at that point you will update the email alerts. So let's get into it. I've already gone to the website, so I'm here, and what you need to do is log in with your credentials. Your credentials will already be given to you, and so in this case, in case you've never logged into it, you will have to enter in a company ID, which ours is Bang Printy, because the I and the N and G will not fit on here. Your user ID will be your user ID, and then your password. So we will log in. At this point, you will receive a little pop-up, and if any emails are present or what have you, or any undelivered messages, if there's anything from the drivers, you will get them here. At this point, what we'll do is we will navigate over to Hours of Service, and then once you're in Hours of Service, you go over to Administration. Under Administration, you will navigate over to Email Alerts. Under Email Alerts, these are the alerts that are available to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to update the recipients on each one of these. A brief explanation of all three of these: driving violations or any violations, any driving violations that, like if we have a speeding incident, if the Omnitracs system detects that the driver is, I think, speeding 10% over the limit, so which it could be 55 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour, whatever ours is set at, and then so you will receive this alert if the driver goes over the speed. Now it'll be up to you whether you want to respond to that or not, but you will receive an alert saying that that happened. Personal conveyance is something that we never ever see. It's if you're driving, like it has something to do with brakes. I don't this one I don't know how to explain that. But this is an email that never comes up for us, even though it is active. Unassigned driving is the one that we probably get the most of. That is when our drivers do not log in to Omnitracs and are driving the trucks. Normally, this occurs because the driver forgot to clock out the day before. So what happens is that Omnitracs will log that in as active time the entire time. So when they come in and they try to re-log in again, it shows up as they've been on duty and active for the past 24 hours. There needs to be an X amount of hours of break between the last driving event and the current driving event, which is why it forbids them to logging in. And so the drivers are supposed to tell you that this occurred, so that way you can come in here and edit their sheet or edit their time, and and but right now with the shift to ELD, I believe the drivers have the ability to do this on the unit itself. Prior to that, administrators or somebody like yourself would have to have done that on their own, and then fix it while they're, yeah, just basically fix their time schedule, and then that way they can log in and go from there. Things might be a little bit different now. We will be discussing this since the ELD mandate will be active at the end of the year. We're currently in the process of that, us being right now in April 2019. But I can tell you that as far as the purposes of the unassigned driving alert, that's what it does. It alerts you if the driver is not logged into the system and driving the vehicle. Okay, so let's get into how to update the recipients. So once you're in here, click on Recipients, and then navigate over to the last tab, define recipients, and then at this point you'll see that there is a countdown of recipients. There's only a maximum of 25, so we'll add another one. You do that by clicking on the last person, hitting a comma, and then typing in the email address. In this case, we're going to use PAL Shipping as an example. So let's say this is the user that you want to see all of the driving violations with. Once you enter the email, you click on Save Alert or Save Email Alert, and now that's saved. And then when you back out of this, you'll see that the email is now listed in here. So to remove that, simply come in here, navigate to Define Recipients, delete the email, save the alert. You can also test the emails to make sure that it is going out if you would like. So let's say if this is going out to your boss, a supervisor, somebody else, so whomever that needs to see this particular alert, you can send the test email to make sure that you typed in the email correctly and that person is able to at least see the test. Once they confirm, then you basically hit save and you're good. And I believe that concludes today's lesson. Thank you very much for joining.